Redemption, A Cosmic History, Reading 1, Introduction. We needed him. We were sealed in unbreakable chains. We would do anything to complete the goal. I joined him after I finally understood that I would never escape him. A guardian will follow you to the end of the earth if only to cut off your head after it finds you. And these monsters, our guides, our protectors, our ancestors. We Raajya had no choice. Or maybe that's not true. Kashir Amun Haman comes to my mind. Haman was king of the Nimrahid. He fought for our freedom, and they sealed him away. We will break that seal. And then there was the Nata, the daughter, Kaima Ina's soul. Ina set aflame. She burned everything she touched. I still bear the scars of her embrace. She was the nurturing fire, my protector, my guide. I followed her blindly. I watched the world burn, and I did not blink an eye. I saw the world burn, and still stood by her side. Ina, I loved Ina, but sadly, I have lost her as well. She too has been sealed, but I lost her long before that. See, I am Raajya. We Raajya, their descendants, were once considered kings and queens, thanks to Kai Uniu's soul, Ina's son. Ina hated him for that, and this is when things really became shattered among the guardian class. Kai is the true beginning of the Raajya line. We Raajya are of an ascended bloodline. We come from the Nimrahid, the Krios, and the Nata, Ina, the daughter. They call us mixed bloods because we have man's bloodline as well, but I never considered myself a part of that race of beings. Ina and I were separated when I took the side of the Raajya, and she took the side of man. But we will meet again. Chapter 1. My clan was the beginning of the rise of the Raajya. After centuries, maybe eons of fighting humans, fighting Krios, fighting Nimrahid, even fighting the Seraph, the Raajya were finally ready to take their place as rulers of this world. Evil had flooded the world. The sin code had recoded the earth and her descendants. And Ina, the once pure and loving Nata, was now considered a lying whore, bathed in filth. The Raajya thought this could not be a better time. It was the year 1400 AD. Humans were crossing the seas, killing, raping, stealing, enslaving. Yes, it was a great time for those who could not wait to see the end of the human reign. Humans, we still debate that term. But surely they will remember the time of Noah. Remember how he hated them. Remember how they regretted creating them and would destroy them again. Except this time, save none. Maybe, just maybe, all would be destroyed. The Krios and their wayward prophet Ina as well. And the Raajya would have none to compete with. But that's not what happened. There's a love for the humans, and some refuse to eliminate them. So the Raajya decided if the gods couldn't do it, they would. So they reached out to a pretty nasty Krios, Sabe Truras Gushan. Sabe had been trying to destroy the Krios for years, but alone he was too weak. With the strength of the Raajya behind him, he could finally get rid of his competition. The Krios have always been in competition with each other. Before time was time, the Krios ruled this world. They divided the world into their kingdoms, and it was ruled by each of them. They formed a council, and to everyone's surprise, the Krios ushered in a new era of peace. But when Sabe Troas Gushan decided that his kingdom was not enough, he wanted to, sort of annex Asem Kosniran's kingdom as well. Asem reached out to Majez Cyprus Bey. He was the self-proclaimed leader of the Creoles. He asked Majez Cyprus Bey, sometimes called Maj, to stop Sabe from breaking the auras, the Creoles' laws. But Maj hesitated, and once again hostilities rose, and wars swept across the earth, destroying the paradise that the Creoles had once created. The world, thrown back into destruction, was almost brought to her knees. The sheer energy that the Creoles released, stored in their weapons and in their bodies, began to destroy the atmosphere. The world was consumed with heat waves, floods, droughts, fire, windstorms, ice. The earth literally quaked, and the landscape was changed forever. The world had become angry and hostile and fought against her inhabitants. She began to split and let her oceans come between the land. She let her mountains spew fire that ran into the soil and destroyed everything that it touched. This was the first time that guardians had become so entangled in the world that they were supposed to protect. Guardians are soldiers, each species a different rank. You have the Creoles. They are the lowest rank, and you would call them infantry. They are built for war and for orders. Next you have the Kio. The Kio are the guards of the Creoles. They give them their orders and keep them in line. Then you have the Amuni. The Amuni are the gatekeepers. To enter in and out of each realm, you must get past the Amuni. Next in line are the Nimrahid. The Nimrahid, they form the council of the seventh plane. Next, in the highest class, are the Seraph, what some of you may call angels. The Creoles were sent here to guard, but the Earth's Creoles were a nasty breed. They disregarded their duties and took on the pleasures of the flesh. Because of this, they were seen as no better than those that had fallen, so they were punished. Their eternal bloodline was no more. Unlike humans or mankind, still debatable, some would be allowed to go back home. But the Creoles, they were doomed to perish with the world that they had helped to create. Because of this, they all went a little mad, I think. Chapter 1, the end. Redemption, a cosmic history